Hello guys and welcome to another round gamer video. First of all, I think I'd like to start by saying I do apologize for the drop in the rate of my videos. I did make a post about this on Facebook, in case you follow me on there, but I did try and share this on the community tab through my channel as well, but I don't think anyone read it. But either way, the reason is I've been given a new role in my job, and it's really taking a lot of time. So while I settle in, my uploads will be unfortunately diminished, but not completely gone. And I'll try and make a videos now and then. So hopefully you stick on, and yeah, and hopefully you still like my content. So yeah, so what is it I'm going to talk about in this video? So here's the new event Assault that I have been steadily grinding along in during the weekday, and just when I find time, between meetings. And actually, I mean, I would say though, once I got a hang of it in terms of what Titan to use and set up and got a bit more familiar, and some of it was actually a revision, I would say, from the previous uh, assault. Now the last assault was a beta. I don't know if they still call this one a beta, but actually this one is significantly better as well. Now, I would like to share my strategy in terms of how I went around it. Now, I didn't realize this is actually the furthest I've gone, but I've only been one assault before this. The last assault, I managed to do 143k damage. And at the moment, I've done 178k damage. Now, in order for me to actually get to this stage, and I'm actually quite happy because as you can see, I haven't actually used up any of the portal stones or rewards as well. I mean, obviously, I probably will use the relic shards eventually to fill some of my relics, and there is no end to this. But what I have done is, as far as the event token go, the assault tokens, I have used three of them. So let me just show you kind of where I stand with those. So I had nine when I began. I had some saved from the last event. So I used three and I landed up getting two stars and one star. And with my two stars equipped, well, well, I never. Well, first of all, I did not stack them, so I only went one by one. So there are four uses you get for each of the assault altars. I wish they said that on there, to be honest. But yeah, so with four of them, the maximum damage I was able to pull in was 7,500, I believe, and that was using the current setup, which I'll show in my attempt now, and that was using Calvarax. This is kind of the setup I'm going with for my Calvarax. It seems to be working the best for me. Of course, the real damage that I do on the map does depend upon the map itself, and a bit on luck as well, and how quickly I can navigate around the map and drop all those spells. But here's what I'm going with, guys. This is my Calvarax, the Calvarax I've had for a very long time. um, so as you can see, it's the Calvarax has gotten, and in fact I think this was a Calvarax with damage against Titans, so that has been fixed now to Imperials damage. Not that I would use Imperials, but here's the setup. I've got critical armor and damage, and the relics I've equipped now. I would understand if you're fairly new to the game, you probably don't have these relics, but if you're curious, I got these relics from a Theaters of War event, and I did not get them from the first time they were available. I may have picked up at least one of them from an actual event, but all the other ones, as you see on the screen, are all from Theaters of War, which was obviously a bit of luck here. This relic here, Pandora's Box, is the one you get for completing the, I believe is it Norse or the Greek Titans? I really can't remember, but it's a collection, it's a Pantheon collection, and this is a very sweet relic in my opinion, quite versatile, can be used on almost any troop buffing Titan, even self-buffing Titan, to be honest. So yeah, I do like this relic, and if you've been following my channel for a while, you might have seen that I got a Stormbringer, uh, two conquest packs, so not the last one, the conquest before that, and which is when I done my Divine Gem pull, and I got this from the 5,000 Divine Gem altar, so it wasn't from the 500 altar. If you want to check out that video, just search my channel, and you'll find the 7,500 Divine Gem pull video in which I pull this one as well. So yeah, all the other relics, I think I showed this one already. Here's the blood vial. All these relics really helpful. So yeah, going with all spells, skelly relics, and taking 3 archers. And the reason I take archers is for their high DPS, and as you see, I will try and put them around the spawn point in a way to get this. And I do take in some reinforcements. This can be useful if you're trying to pile up more damage. I would recommend taking in Imperials, well, not Imperials, but any troop that your Titan buffs, and deploying them on the battlefield, especially if you're using assault cores, because you want to have maximum damage in there so that it will multiply to a larger value. Alright, enough of blabbering on. Let's get into this battle, guys. Then, now while I do record this video, the last time I did try and make an attempt of recording a soul battle landed in failure because the game really lags. I'm going to try my best on this. Right, guys, so this is actually a map I do like personally, the one with 3 rangers. Don't always get lucky. Remember, there are, I think, 5 maps available in Assault. So yeah, it just really depends on five. Is it 5 or 3? But there is a quite a variety in this map. Now what I do is I keep these archers where they already are, so I'm not going to move them. And what I do with Artemis is I ask her to attack this particular troop, and I ask my Calvarax to kind of move to this end. The reason is I'm going to attempt to get him in a position so that he can attack the 2 spawn points that you see on the screen, the 2 caves. Alright, so that's going to be my plan. This is a bit sticky, it doesn't always work, but because I have to really act fast the moment this battle begins. And I take this guy out and I put it here because he takes a bit longer to get around that wall. And that he will do that. Now the moment it begins, what I do, and again it all comes down to how quickly I can get onto it, I deploy some skelly spells there, and deploy a skelly spells there, and I also deploy one here. Now the reason I kind of know this is more to do with the the kind of the number of times I've done these battles now in practice now. And I set my Artemis, now that she's finished smashing things, I'm gonna set her somewhere around there. So that puts her in range to attack what you see on the screen now, this little rogue spawn that you get from there. And hopefully I'm going to try and get that there, and I'm going to try and get all these out. In fact, this is working out pretty alright for now. And yeah, the idea is to try and get as many things in the spawn point. Now I've got to see what's going on this side. Yeah, the fire strike, I'm going to try and get her, I think it's her, on again within the range of the spawn point. So again, I'm going to drop a lot of these here, and once they are in there, hopefully I can rage a few things up. Now the efficiency of my spell drops in here would not be as good as I probably will have if I was not doing this, what I'm doing at the moment. But I'm gonna try and see if I can maintain that. I also want to drop one here. I think that's all. Now all my skellies are in battle, so it's now what I'm going to do is run around and rage all the ones that I can, which I think are in a thick of melee combat. I think I can get one there, and I think I do like dropping one here. Alright, so these troops definitely need to start getting in there. So I'm not going to actually put a rage now. It does appear that I've lost my Artemis, which doesn't always happen, but hey, you're gonna not live in an ideal world. So let's do this. Having your rangers alive does make a lot of difference because they do quite a large amount of damage to, especially to sort of spawning troops. So I think this area needs a lot of my attention. So I'm gonna focus on there. Uh, Now ideally, I do want there to be something going here, so that is migrate that there. So okay, so let's say this is when the battle gets interesting. Now at about the half mark of the battle, I always check that if I have if I've reached 1000 mark of damage, then I normally consider that to be a successful deployment of my troops. Now, where the point where this can go into the 2000s, which I have done is it happens when I can get all my spells dropped precisely at the time I want them to, uh, and also when I don't miss any of these extra drops that fall in. Now, clearly, there have been some sort of miscalculation here because I did not want these archers to go where the way they are. Now, also the game is lagging a bit, so it's a combination of my ability to move my screen around my device. But when I'm not recording, it's a bit smoother. And I would say this time the game is smoother compared to last time because, well, they have reduced the time from 5 to 3 minutes, which helps a ton in also finishing the battles. Now you can see I have a lot of lightning storms left. So only about 18 seconds left. So now I'm just going to go on a frenzy and kind of drop everything I can wherever I can to sort of get the damage numbers high as well. And it does get quite tricky occasionally doing this. So let's see how far I go. Interesting, some of the battle drops I can actually manage to drop them there. So we are at 1934. Let's see if we can actually hit the 2000 mark. I think we might just get there. There we go, guys. So 2000, there's no point dropping anymore. The screen will go away. Alright guys, so like last time, the video unfortunately was terminated prematurely in my recording of my battle there, but I will confirm that I managed to do 2050, that's 2050 damage with the setup. Hopefully some of that which was captured in the video was useful in perhaps because there's still 17 hours left in the battle in the event, so hopefully that's one that will benefit. So yeah, I think this probably now is probably one of my most favorite events at the moment, because the event not only featured so many. I think there's 500 portal stones in this event alone, along with these. I mean, the relic shards are they're not really that great, but I do appreciate the fact that they've included all these 4-star Titan souls. So how many are there? Let's have a quick count of those. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 4-star Titan souls in this event. I think this is really, really good. I mean, if you compare this with the Wolstand boot camp event that we had a long time back, that was so much harder to do compared to this event. So I really do appreciate that. I mean, three portal stones for. I mean, there's no warp stone business as it is in Conquest. You go in, you always get 3 drops. Also from this, of course, you do spend more time to do the battles, of course, for that purpose. But you do pick up 400 Titan XP, which is probably around the same or that you will get from a level 25 land, probably even at Legends League. So I think it's all pretty good. And these relic shards for even the 4-star one, which does give you 11,400 XP, is not too shabby. Of course, I think they still need to work on improving the amount of XP from these relics to make them a valuable currency or an item that people would really, really want to get. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. And this weekend we should see, or rather this Thursday, we should see the return of Minotaur, along with perhaps the featuring of a new Tor. So maybe an Ice Tor and Earth Tor. That'd be interesting. So let's see. We'll wait for the devs live from tomorrow and see what they say. Anyway, guys, I wish you all the best for your Assault event. I'll catch you all in another Don't Give My video.